this was the original shape of it. So what you're looking at right here is Chi-Rho to start this word. So this is pretty amazing right here, because for those of you that understand Chi-Rho, which became later Chi-Rho, I don't know if you're familiar with that symbol, but that is the X is the Chi and the P is the Rho. Now many historians and people are going to have you believe this is what Constantine saw in the sky, and this is the shape that he put on his shields and all that. That's what is there for me to find is there for you to find, so I'm really not going to get into any sort of argument with that. That's just the Chi-Rho. So very interestingly, this right here says Hiram Telat Mekasot. Now this is starting Chi-Rho. Even in Greek later, you know, oh no, I'm sorry, that's Kyrios, forgive me. But Chi-Rho is the first two words of, let me see, okay, I don't want to get sidetracked on that, but Chi-Rho is the first two letters of Christ. So you're looking at Hiram Telat Mekasot. Hiram Telat Mekasot. So this is already going to be confirming for you. Anytime you're going back with the script, you look for the tav and look for the tau. This immediately is going to tell you if this is, you know, if this predates where everything was kind of changed, or if this is, you know, the original before all that was came into being. And now let's go ahead, just as a little bonus, I want to show you how these top four letters, the tetragrammaton, how do they go from Yod He Wow He to Jehovah? I don't want to say the pronunciation the way it is, but the way a lot of people have, I don't know how to say it, I guess how they have misled, you know, they use the word Yahweh, and that's not really keeping with the form of vowels you're going to find that are naturally found in here, because the vowels are in the letters themselves, and that's not really keeping. But see, as a rule of thumb, you know, you want to look for people that are really, how do I say it, they take the progression very seriously. And so the way they do it is they're going to find wording to where it protects them. They're not lying, but at the same time the wording is very tricky, and you have to be careful about the wording you use. So I use that as a rule of thumb, because I know these people, a lot of people that are trying to conceal it, they're not outright going to lie to you, and they're not going to outright say things. So you have to be really careful about how you pay attention to their words. So I looked up a fresh one, seeing, you know, I was trying to get the fresh sense of what people are saying, and this is a website I saw that had all the Hebrew prayers, really good, thorough website. And this is one quote they use to kind of protect the pronunciation from what they consider, you know, to be the impure. It says, some say the name is pronounced Yahweh, but this is incorrect. Okay, they say because there's no W. Well, I'm just going to stop there, because this is like two statements. This is not a lie. So you can say this without lying, but it's also misleading. Some say the name is pronounced Yahweh, but this is incorrect. This is incorrect, because that's not really what keeping with the way the vowels are going in here. You know, if you really get to learn this language, you're going to get to know the way the vowels roll, and then you'll see it. Here's another trick they use, because there's no W in Hebrew. Again, he's not lying, but that is very misleading. There's no W in modern Hebrew, because the Wow was changed to Vav. This is probably already one of the earliest ways they started to try to protect the holy name, by changing the Wow to Vav when it became modern Hebrew. And interesting enough, Jeremiah 23:27 says, whose purpose is it to take away the memory of my name from my people by their dreams of which they tell, every man to his neighbor? Very interesting. I'm not calling anybody out, I'm just saying this is kind of like a tied together here, you know, it's all into one story. Now when they say there's no W in Hebrew, again, I showed you how in modern Hebrew the Vav was Wow, so they can say that and be truthful, but the first form of this name was in these letters: Phoenician, Canaanite, Paleo-Hebrew. And this is in fact Yod He Wow He. Wow. So that is, you're kind of getting a sense already of how you have to be really careful with words, because you know, when you're dealing with people that are loving God and walking in faith, you know, they're not going to lie, but they're going to be misleading sometimes. And it's, you know, you got to be mindful of the way people work, you know, because this is kind of a misleading statement, but I cannot say it's a lie, because it is absolutely true. You know, it is a true statement. So That's a very nice way of putting it, I guess I should say. Another bonus with learning Paleo-Hebrew is it just looks more natural, and one thing that I found that just really drew me to it was this is the first 4 letters of Paleo-Hebrew, and if you notice, they form the Star of David perfectly. Now, or the Seal of Solomon, however you want to look at it, the Shield of David. This is the Aleph right here, and the orange. I don't know if you can see that. Excuse my mouse. Okay, this is the Aleph right here. The orange right there. This blue right here is Beth. The Beth, the house. This is Gimel, what they call the camel, the letter G. And this is Daleth, which is called the door. Interesting enough, look where it's kind of like the door out of. So it's that's a story into itself. I don't want to tell you how to translate it or how to picture it. It's just information for you to use on your own. But this is kind of already showing you that this is really, because you cannot do this with modern Hebrew. You can't make a Star of David from these letters. And I'm not sure if anybody. I've seen people take modern Hebrew and put it into blocky letters, and every letter in the Hebrew alphabet does fit in here. That is true. They all fit in here. So in a blocky sense, they can all fit in here. But the first 4 letters right here are forming perfectly in their natural form, the Star of David. So it's kind of already giving you a sense that you're dealing with something really precious here, something special, and something that you should look into and get into. So now I guess that's my intro video. I don't want to drag you too long, but the good thing about learning scripts and stuff is they become natural. When you start really getting these things, you just won't believe how easy this stuff starts to go. And I even have my own personal alphabet. This is a sense of it right here. And it's nice because you start learning scripts and you start learning, and you can write your own things. You know, you can write stuff for yourself, write things on your wall, and nobody will know what they mean. Or you can keep notes and, you know, prayers and stuff like that. Keep stuff precious, you know, keep it pure and keep it your own, you know. And I want to remind people of this. Anything I'm saying about, you know, if it seems against one religion or another, I'm really not for that. I believe in love first and love last. So, you know, whatever you do in between, if you want to investigate and things like that, that's fine. But always be mindful of the greater laws above all that, and that is just love God with all your heart, all your mind, and all your soul, and love thy neighbor as thyself. And then we can have these kind of discussions and enjoy all this. And so I hope that helps. I'm going to post this for anybody who wants to get a better look at this. And I will definitely get more into reading this, but that just kind of gives you the sense of what you're going to deal with when you get into Hebrew. Thanks for watching.